What's going on, Dolphins fans? Jacob here, Miami Dolphins Syndicate, with a little bit of breaking news. Alec Ingold has signed an extension with the team. It looks like a 3-year, $12.2 million extension with $6 million guaranteed, and has a max value of going up to $17.2 million over those 3 years. So that is in addition to the year that he's going to have this year. So basically, over the next 4 years, Miami Dolphins are going to be paying Alec Ingold around a four-year, $20 million contract. It's about $5 million a season for one of the best fullbacks in all of football, and there's definitely been a decrease in usage when it comes to the fullback position, and the 49ers, and now Mike McDaniel down here with Miami Dolphins has kind of gone back against that and brought fullbacks back into the offense. And I think it definitely makes sense when you look at it for the Miami Dolphins offense as well as the 49ers offense, but for different reasons. The 49ers offense, they have Kyle Juszczyk, who's just another versatile weapon that you don't really know what he's going to do at any particular down. And it really helps out their offense. Whereas for the Miami Dolphins, yes, you do have that a little bit with Alec Ingold, but he oftentimes gets used as a sixth offensive lineman, and we know as Dolphin fans that's something that's very necessary with him. You have Durham Smythe, who's a very good blocking tight end. With the weak offensive line that we do have, kind of sacrifice some of the position guys, some of the skill position guys rather, and go for that extra blocker to make sure Tua has enough time to get the ball to Tyreek Hill, to Jalen Waddle, to Raheem Mostert, to not Jeff Wilson, who I will mention that he did go on IR. I'm not going to make a separate video on that unless Donovan does later. Jeff Wilson did go down. Went down earlier in camp and has not been able to return, and now he's likely going to be, at the very least, not likely, but for sure missing at the very least 4 games, and we'll see if he ever plays for the Dolphins again, if he does end up getting traded for another running back like the Jonathan Taylor situation, because now they're both out for 4 games, so that definitely changes things a little bit when you view Jeff Wilson and that situation. But back with Alec Ingold, it just makes sense. It makes sense to get a guy that can do very much a lot of things, and how he was very helpful to the offense last year, got in the end zone a couple times. That ability to block is massive. We're missing that. We're missing that from our running backs. Raheem Mostert's not the best blocker, and then you go from down there, it just gets like shorter and less weight. A-Chain, Ahmed, Chris Brooks, and Wilson, who's now in IR. Not a lot of blocking that you're getting there from those running backs. So it makes sense to give this contract to Alec Ingold, and even though it is a little bit weird to be doing that with a fullback, especially when you have other positional needs that you're tying up some of the money that could be allocated towards Christian Wilkins, that could be allocated towards an offensive lineman, even though he is sort of kind of an offensive lineman, but that does leave the Miami Dolphins with around $11 million in cap space for the season. It doesn't really affect this season too much because this is an extension beyond this year, but $11.7 million, I believe the number was, is what the Dolphins have left to sign people this year, whether it's trade, whether it's signing somebody. So there's still opportunity for the Dolphins to make more moves. And with Jeff Wilson going down to the IR, I definitely expect them to be at the very least back in the market like they have been this entire offseason, just trying to get somebody. Even if it doesn't work out, just going out and putting your hand in the pot, seeing what you can get. We do have, I believe, an extra roster spot left open. And also news came out today that they were interested in trying to get Melvin Gordon before he re-signed to the Ravens practice squad. So that's likely not going to happen, but there's still a plethora of names out there. There's still Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis. There's still Kareem Hunt. There's still Leonard Fournette. There's still a bunch of guys out there that the Dolphins could sign as another running back. So don't be surprised at all if in the next few days the Dolphins do finally sign that running back they've been coveting for months at this point. So just be on the lookout for that. We'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Ready to let you guys know about any potential news. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think of this extension? Give me a rating 1 to 10 down in the comments below, and let me know, of course, what you think about Ingold. And we're just 9 days away from football, something like that. Math might be off, maybe off. I think it's actually 10 days. Today's Thursday. It sounds about right. 10 days from NFL football, 2 days from college football, and if you're interested in some FAU content, FAU football, go over to the FAU Owl's Nest, where yesterday we did our game prediction for Week 1, FAU taking on Monmouth down here in Boca Raton. So go check out that video if you're interested in FAU contents, but also while you're down there, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.